What's going on, people? How you doing? My name is Dr. Baya. Please welcome back to my channel. What is a covert narcissist? Some narcissists are softly spoken, polite, cautious, and even self-depreciating. They happily sit in the background and let other people take the spotlight. These are known as covert narcissists. And because they are lower profile than regular narcissists, they are harder to spot. But they have the same mindset and goals as regular narcissists. Covert narcissists are all about themselves. They're exploitative and they have no emotional empathy. But they try harder to pretend they are giving and empathetic. Covert narcissists are more sly and sneaky. They develop ways of getting what they want without being as obvious, and they are usually more patient. Covert narcissists have known tend to be above average intelligence and introverted in nature. But make no mistake, they're just as selfish and manipulative as regular narcissists. They've just developed clever ways of hiding this. So, let me give you a few ways covert narcissists quietly show off, put you down, and get what they want. They play down their achievements. Instead of bragging about how great they are, covert narcissists play down their achievements. They may say how useless they are or how stupid they are, etc. They don't really believe this. They think they are awesome. When they are being self-depreciating, they are really fishing for compliments. They know if they say how useless they are, their well-meaning friends rally round telling them how great they are. Subtle attention seeking, plus people think they are nice because they are self-depreciating. Covert narcissists like to play the victim and use this to control or manipulate people. They may say how stressed they are, how they've fallen out with their mom. They may exaggerate or even make up illnesses. This is to make people feel sorry for them. Then they'll do favors for them, or they make allowances for their selfish behaviors. If a covert narcissist makes plans but finds a better option, they'll play the pity card as to why they have to cancel. People feel sorry for them, and they don't question why they really cancelled. Covert narcissists like to play people against each other. Rather than attack themselves, they get others to do their dirty work. Covert narcissists subtly stir the pot, then sit back and watch the show. They might accidentally let it slip something a person has said about someone else, or make a big deal about something negative they've done, and make it seem much worse than it really is. Covert narcissists often have a cause they are fighting for, but always they have an ulterior motive, that is themselves. In the workplace, they might want to bring someone down a peg or two. Perhaps they want their job, so they find some dirty on this person and use it against them. They might find some bad work practices from the past, or wait for them to make a minor mistake. Then they pounce all over it and use it as a reason to attack them. Covert narcissists like to create moral outrage amongst people, so they might embellish what someone has done and make it seem worse than it is. Make a mountain of a molehill and attempt to turn others against them, all under the guise of doing the right thing. And even if people notice their embellishments, they often assume it's down to them being such a nice moral person, so they receive a free pass. Super moral. Covert narcissists often talk about their morals. They might talk about cruelty to animals, disability rights, helping the poor, and so on. This is to create the false impression they are a caring person. Then people think more highly of them. Narcissists love to be adored. Plus they gain trust, and they can use their moral standing to their advantage. But watch what they actually do. Covert narcissists often don't live up to their own moral standards. They say one thing but do the opposite. And when they do something moral, it's for display purposes only. They make sure any acts of morality are in full view of everybody. They might pretend to play them down, but really they want the world to know. Covert narcissists can be super nice to you out of the blue. Then, lo and behold, they need something. Covert narcissists spend time and effort getting into your good books before hitting you with a request. They may even do something for you first, even though you didn't ask for it. They can sometimes be clumsy with their gifts and give you something that they would actually want. For example, they might bake you a cake even though they know you are on a diet. All narcissists display overt and covert tendencies. You might see an overt narcissist play the victim every now and then, or a covert narcissist put someone down in front of others, but you'll see a general pattern of which they are. Covert narcissists can remain undetected much longer than overt narcissists. They are more careful to hide their narcissistic ways, and they are usually quieter by nature. But essentially, they are the same. Neither have emotional empathy for others, and they are focused solely on getting what they want, and they'll step on anyone who gets in their way. What is a covert narcissist? Covert narcissism is also called vulnerable narcissism or quiet narcissism. Coverts are emotionally weak, fragile, sensitive people to even the smallest, slightest perceived criticism. Covert narcissists always appear highly stressed, worried about uncountable concerns. When you talk of interpersonal relationships, the covert narcissists, they appear to be shy, reserved. They love comparing themselves and judging themselves against what other people have in terms of happiness, possessions, and even relationships that others have constantly. A covert narcissist has an exaggerated sense of self-importance, and they also lack empathy, just like all narcissists. But they don't display these qualities in overt ways. The covert narcissist grandiosity will oftenly, many times, present itself in the form of insecurity. And that's why I call the covert narcissist the quiet narcissist or the vulnerable narcissist. Or we can also call them the hypersensitive narcissist. They appear to be shy and modest, but inside the covert narcissist, they are extremely, highly, chronically envious of others. The covert narcissist can't handle criticism, and they lack empathy for others. They may often spend time alone, since they are hypersensitive to criticism and they compare themselves to others constantly. Covert narcissists, as I've said, they are shy, and although they consider themselves to be superior to others, they tend not to show it in public. The covert narcissists, clearly they are highly sensitive to criticism, and they can also be very cruel and highly negative during arguments. But they hide their fury because they don't want to be seen as a bad person. They are big hypocrites. They will hold on to grudges and they'll wait for opportunities to get revenge, to strike. And they'll often use the passive-aggressive kind of behavior to show that they're not happy, to show that to express their displeasure. And these covert narcissists, they never apologize because to them, they are never wrong. Just like all narcissists. No, covert narcissists feel special because they believe their pain is more important than others. They may feel like the most misunderstood person. They may feel like they're the person who's suffering the most. Or they may feel that they're the ugliest person. Covert narcissists have this excessive need for admiration. They have this excessive need for entitlement. They lack empathy. And clearly, the covert narcissists, they have difficulties developing and maintaining relationships. They lack a stable sense of self. In short, they lack self-esteem. They are not confident people. And that is one of the big reasons that the covert narcissists always want attention. They're seeking attention all the time. They want validation. They want approval. They want to be praised by others. They want affirmation, confirmation, validation. Therefore, these covert narcissists will find themselves engaging in manipulation, gaslighting, triangulation, and many other narcissistic behaviors, just to make sure that they get their way. So for them, it's also the highway, their way or the highway. Now, let's go straight to the signs of a covert narcissist. One, they believe they are uniquely miserable. Other narcissists appear to be confident, grandiose, but covert narcissists, they are more insecure, all right? They hate themselves. They don't feel good about themselves at all. They will always have this negative self-talk. Now, whereas other narcissists like to hit people over the head with their grandiosity and confidence, they show that they may let other people make the important choices for them because they report being indecisive and fear making a mistake. That is the covert narcissist. They'll allow important decisions to be made for them. These covert narcissists, they constantly compare themselves to others. They feel like they don't stack up to friends, family, or co-workers in specific areas. A covert narcissist in the workplace may need constant reassurance and validation. They may be quick to compliment others for their successes, but instead of feeling happy for the person, they only feel bad for themselves. So, the covert narcissist's other sign is that they have this secret grandiosity. They think they are superior to others, even if they are quiet about it. Covert narcissists tend to be shy, but this shyness comes from a quiet sense of superiority. And we are calling it secret grandiosity. And this comes from their deep insecurity. So a covert narcissist has these grandiose fantasies. They spend more time thinking about their abilities and achievements than talking about them. They have this "I'll show you" attitude. Now, on the outside, a covert narcissist will seem quiet, shy. But on the inside, though, the covert narcissist has this intense sense that they are superior to others. Yes, they are very jealous people. They are envious of others. They overreact to negative comments. And they have this apparent shyness. But the covert narcissist will feel deep down that they are better than everybody else, that they are better than other people. So instead of the covert narcissist engaging with people like the way other narcissists do, the covert narcissist will choose to be alone. They'll isolate themselves because they believe no one can live up to their high expectations. The covert narcissist is constantly jealous. That is another sign. They are constantly jealous and envious of others. Covert narcissists are envious of other people who possess things that they feel they should have. The covert narcissists tend to be envious of other people's talents, possessions, and capacity for deep relationships. Now, entitlement is one trait of all narcissists. Covert narcissists believe they deserve what other people have. They believe they're entitled to other people's possessions. And they tend to get jealous when they don't get it. So, while a covert narcissist may not openly discuss their feelings of envy, they may show bitterness and resentment over not getting what they want. Covert narcissists can be jealous. They can be envious of almost everything. They'll be envious of physical attributes, height, weight, your hair, skin, your beauty, the way you look like, wealth in terms of houses, cars, clothes, jewelry, your family status, that is including marriage, children, power, which is measured by employment or community involvement. So no matter the area of envy, the covert narcissists, they never appreciate what they have. Their focus is only on what they are lacking. The other sign of a covert narcissist is that they are unable to build meaningful relationships. Then the other sign of a covert narcissist is that they are passive aggressive. Passive aggression is pervasive among covert narcissists. They use this passive-aggressive behavior to express their frustration or to make themselves look superior. This passive-aggressive behavior involves or includes procrastinating on tasks that they think are below them. Making others feel bad, doing the narcissistic silent treatment on others, making fun, mocking others, becoming a stumbling block or sabotaging people's relationships at work or even the normal romantic relationships. The other sign of a covert narcissist is that they are very sensitive to criticism. Narcissists are hypersensitive to criticism. The extreme sensitivity to criticism is something that is synonymous with covert narcissists. And they have this total inability to handle criticism, all right? This clearly is a big sign of all covert narcissists. They are easily wounded. They act as if they are above the criticism, all right? But internally, they feel empty. They feel humiliated. They are angry. The sarcastic remarks will always be an attempt to hide their true feelings of being hurt, of being wounded, of being humiliated. So they are emotionally fragile and hypersensitive. Due to this unstable self-esteem that the covert narcissists have, they are very sensitive. If someone criticizes the covert narcissist's work or family or personality, they will respond with an extreme emotional reaction. They could be extremely sad from just a small comment against them. They'll be very sad. The other sign of a covert narcissist is that they project their insecurities onto others. Then covert narcissists will do or say things to make you feel off balance, to make you feel insecure, to make you feel uncomfortable, so that they can feel more in control or knowledgeable. They lack boundaries. That is another sign of covert narcissists. They believe that they are more important than other people. They believe that their way is always the right way. They believe everything should revolve around them. They'll call you anytime they want to talk about something. They'll call anytime without respecting your boundaries. When they talk to you, it's all about them talking, praising themselves, talking about themselves. Now, the other sign of covert narcissists is that they want constant attention. They want attention at all costs. And sometimes they will even pretend to be miserable just to get your attention. They want to be seen as special people. So the other sign of covert narcissists is the feeling of inadequacy, depression, and anxiety. When covert narcissists, when they don't meet their expectations or what they really want, or when their narcissistic supply is not met, they feel inadequate. It makes them feel very sad, shameful, angry, powerless. So these covert narcissists have a higher risk of depression and anxiety than all other narcissists. Now, because of this deep fear of failure and frustration over unrealized or unmet expectations, perfectionistic ideals, they'll feel empty inside them. They might even feel suicidal. So they fall into depression, and anxiety is so common among the covert narcissists. The covert narcissists, another sign is that they hold grudges for a very long time. If they think they are being treated unfairly, they'll say nothing at that moment, but they will wait to take revenge in a certain way. The other sign of a covert narcissist is that they are very shy and they are withdrawn. They have this withdrawn nature. Now, they also fake empathy. That's another sign of covert narcissists. They have this ability to appear empathetic or compassionate, but normally it's a selfish empathy. They just try to be helpful, or they pretend to be kind, generous, but their main aim is getting approval and admiration from others. How do you deal with a covert narcissist? the quiet narcissist, the hidden narcissist, the vulnerable narcissist. The first thing to do to deal with a narcissist, a covert narcissist, is to recognize that what they say has nothing to do with you. If you're dealing with a covert narcissistic ex, they already know that you're a bad person in their heads. You're a difficult person according to them. You are mean, you are difficult, you are horrible. You're a problematic person according to your covert narcissistic ex. This means that no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter what you tell the narcissist, the covert narcissist, they don't care. In their minds, they have a grudge why you wronged them in the first place. They keep asking themselves that. Whatever they say about you, you must know that it is not about you. Those words they say, the comments they make about you, they're coming from a covert narcissist who cannot change. We know narcissists cannot change. They hardly change. Don't react. Don't allow yourself to be offended. Don't allow the narcissist, the covert narcissist, to annoy you. It seems like a piece of cake when I say don't allow the covert narcissist to annoy you or to offend you or to piss you off. But the truth is that protect yourself from hurtful comments is going to do you a big favor. It is important to protect yourself from the narcissist's words, from the narcissist's negative talks about you. You have to ignore what they say. You have to pretend like you didn't hear what they said to you. Because if you choose to go the arguing way with the covert narcissist, it's not going to come easily. Because the covert narcissists, they never love to lose. They don't lose. We all know that all narcissists believe they are perfect. They believe they are right. It is their way or the highway. They find attractive people who are gullible, people who will fall easily for their lies. The lies can be anything. It can be lies for their own personal gain, lies intended to belittle you, to annoy you, to insult you. Lies to make them look more knowledgeable than you, to appear superior than you. But the fact is this: don't react, don't engage with them. If you don't engage with the covert narcissists with their lies, then there is no way they will win against you. Just recognize their true motivations loudly. Call them out loudly. Ask them if they are worried about something. Ask them if they are angry, if they are nervous about something. Whether the covert narcissist admits it, accepts it, rejects it, whether they accept it or not, it's going to benefit you in one way or the other. The behavior of the covert narcissist is motivated by several primary factors. Their behavior is motivated by a deep-rooted belief that they are unique and that they deserve what they want. They have this desire to revenge on people who have hurt them or people who have succeeded more than they have. Covert narcissists are generally shy. They are socially withdrawn. They are highly sensitive to criticism. They have these grandiose fantasies. They exhibit passive-aggressive behavior. They are arrogant. They believe they are superior than everybody else. They are jealous and they are very envious of others. Covert narcissists believe that they deserve what others have. They lack empathy. They hold grudges. They are people who are full of anxiety and depression. Being married to a covert narcissist is not a piece of cake. It is not easy. It is very, very, very difficult. Unmasking a covert narcissist husband is not easy, but it is possible. And once you unmask the covert narcissist husband, everything will become clear about the relationship. Now, what are the big signs of a covert narcissist husband? The covert narcissist husband, they are inattentive and they are distracted. The covert narcissist husband is a self-centered man. selfish man, self-absorbed man. His needs comes first before yours. Will give you very little time. They'll give you very little attention, not only to you but also others. They're jealous and envious. There is nobody who's very envious and very jealous more than the covert narcissist husband. This is the man who constantly wants that house that belongs to their neighbor, that beautiful house. They wish it was theirs. They in fact want it. They want that big car, the big car in town. They want their neighbor's job. They want those jobs of their friends. They want the jobs of their neighbors. They believe everything good should be theirs. They want everybody else's success. They even want your success. They want your happy. They want everything good belonging to everyone. They want it to be theirs alone. That is a covert narcissist husband. They're very jealous and envious, not only of you, but also of others. They find it very difficult to understand their wife's point of view. They're unable to understand their wife's opinions. First thing first, the covert narcissist husband lacks empathy. They believe they're always right. It is their way or the highway. They believe what they say is the gospel truth. They don't believe that people can have different opinions. So the opinion is always true, it's always right, it's a fact. To them, they're always right and you're always wrong. So they find it very, very difficult to understand you. They have these unexpected angry outbursts. Covert narcissist husbands are weak-hearted. They're fragile. They're very sensitive to criticism specifically. They can become angry very quickly. They can become violent very quickly. They can even break down into tears very easily and unexpectedly. The covert narcissist is fragile. They're very weak. They hate criticism with all their heart, with all their mind, and with all their soul. When you criticize them, they quickly become angry. They frequently change jobs. The covert narcissist husband believes they know it all. They believe they're always right. That's why they believe they know best what should be done. The covert narcissist husband has conflict with everyone, with their bosses, with their superiors, with their supervisors. And this is due to their personality of believing that they know everything. And that's why you find these covert narcissist husbands changing jobs, from jobs to jobs, moving from job to job, all to avoid being fired, because they know their weakness. They are spendthrift, they're impulse buyers. Due to their stress, due to the emotional gaps that they have, they end up buying very expensive items, cars, property, jewelry, electronics, to fill that emptiness, that emotional void in their hearts. They have problem bonding with anyone. They have issues bonding with their family, with their wives, their children, and even their friends. This covert narcissist husband lacks empathy. They find it very difficult to bond and connect with their children at any stage of their children's life, at any age. That's the covert narcissist husband. They have legal issues. And this is because they always break the laws, the rules. They believe they're above rules, they're above laws, because they believe they're more special than others. They believe that they deserve special treatment. They believe everything good should come to them. They believe that rules and laws do not apply to them. And hence they find themselves engaging in illegal activities that puts them in problems. They have substance abuse. They find themselves drinking too much, drowning themselves in alcohol to cope with the problems they have. And they do this to cope with incompetence in their lives. That's what they'll say. They'll justify their addiction to drugs, to substance abuse, alcohol, cigarettes, smoking. Sometimes they also find themselves even using legal drugs, marijuana, and so on. They do this as a way of coping, just an excuse. Has this entitlement. They believe what belongs to others should be theirs. They believe they deserve more than what they get. They always put their needs first. Self-centered individuals believe they're superior than others. They want constant admiration from everyone. They want to be praised. They want to be admired.